started as a classified worker in 1984 and took my first member leadership role in 1989.
I started off with the California State Employees Association, and they went through a reorganization, and as a result of the reorganization, I was laid off.
I didn't know much at all about union, and that wasn't what it was about for me. It was about the interaction with my coworkers.
I'd heard a lot about CSEA from a couple other former members, and as a result of that, I thought I'd go ahead and apply.
I remember being at a paraeducator conference, and my labor rep at the time was in attendance, and we sat outside one afternoon and talked, and I told him what my goals were. And his response was, "You don't want to go on staff. It's just too much. You really need to double think that."
I remember coming here, the camaraderie was great. The morale was great. The unity was great. Always had talented people, still have extremely talented people, and I've always enjoyed that aspect of it. Well, I'm doing the labor rep duties as well as the senior labor rep duties, and that pulls me and takes away a lot of time that I would probably want to spend more quality time doing other things that I'm doing. What makes a labor rep successful is caring about people in the first place. You have to have the desire to want to be able to do this business. Then have an understanding and have the fundamentals to be able to understand, I think, that when you're talking about the technical skills, understand contracts, and be able to work with people, because it is a team environment. You have to be able to listen as well as be able to talk, give guidance, directions to the membership, and also be able to have enough control that when you're talking with the school districts, the LEAs, that they can respect you and what's being said. I think that's very important, to be able to have that respect at the table. A lot of my time is spent mentoring. We have both senior staff as well as very new staff, encouraging them, making sure that they understand the job, the membership, and how we go this culture that we have. Those things are important to be able to encourage them, to give them the tools to be able to be successful in the field.
The most important thing is member engagement and member leadership. It's coming together to work as a team, setting goals and objectives, and then coming back every month and talking about those and measuring success. My personal focus is mentoring chapter leaders to be successful on their own. And so I have invested a lot in trainings far beyond CSEA's regular training agenda. For me, a Know Your Rights class is a series of classes, and so I may hold the regular 4-hour class, and then I'll have follow-ups with that group, whoever's willing to attend.
Relationships are built upon trust. And so if you can build trust, and those oftentimes start off with little things in terms of how you speak, how you communicate.
We can be successful at a bargaining table or in a discipline case if we have invested in the relationships with district, with the board, with the member leaders, and we're all headed in the same direction.
If you don't trust me and I don't trust you, that's how we're going to move forward. And perhaps we get a good agreement, maybe, maybe not. But when you can have a good relationship and both sides can be happy coming out of negotiations, that's oftentimes much better. And so you want to establish a good working relationship. I think that's important. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying that you have to give the district everything they want. By no means. I don't think that you should. I think you have to be fair, you have to be firm.
When we can't create relationship with management so that we can come to collaborative decisions, then it's time to mobilize the members so that they understand that it's time to change the employer, it's time to change who the trustees are so that we can affect change in the district.
I spend a lot of time with family. Wife going on 35 years, 5 kids. I have 1 daughter, 4 sons. I've been blessed with having great friends. We love to travel. I did have an opportunity to go back to Atlanta where my son is and I took a couple sons there for that, and I have a daughter. She was on the East Coast, so she flew in. First time in about 3 years and having all my kids together, but my siblings were also there.
When I came on staff, one of my colleagues took me aside and said, Valarie, for all of these years, your passion has been CSEA. Now it's your job and you have to find a new passion. We travel now. We've been to Europe, Central America, all over the United States. I have been places that I never knew I needed to go until I got there. Standing on the deck of a cruise ship, looking at the glaciers in Alaska is a moment that just takes you out of yourself. But it's no different from standing on the rim at the Grand Canyon. And it's not a lot different from standing on the stairs of the Lincoln Memorial.
I do enjoy what I do. I enjoy the people that we do it for.
No matter how hard today is on the job, no matter how difficult the supervisor may be, no matter what legislation may be affecting us today and tomorrow, CSEA is going to be here for another 100 years.